Meet Tim Dunn and Ferris Wilks, two billionaire megadonors from West Texas. Every single far-right policy that has come out of Texas lately can be traced back to these two billionaires. But their ultimate goal is even more ambitious, transforming Texas into an authoritarian Christian nationalist state. A couple months ago, they bought the acquittal of our corrupt Attorney General Ken Paxton with a $3 million bribe to our Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. Now they're pushing a private school voucher scam to defund our public schools. They're trying to destroy democracy in the second largest state in the country. Dunn & Wilks are oil and gas oligarchs, but they're also Christian nationalist pastors. I know billionaire pastor sounds like an oxymoron, but on Sunday mornings, these two billionaires preach at far-right churches. They don't preach a theology of universal love. They preach a theology of power, control, and domination. They say climate change is God's will. They compare homosexuality to bestiality and pedophilia. They think only Christians have a right to serve in public office. In fact, they told the former Republican Speaker of the Texas House, Joe Straus, that he didn't have a right to serve as Speaker because he's Jewish. But the scariest part is that they are turning their toxic theology into law. Dunn & Wilks have already poured more than $100 million into our politics. Every Republican state senator and more than half of Republican House members have taken their money. For some Republican lawmakers, nearly half of their total campaign contributions are from these two billionaires. Dunn & Wilks have zero tolerance for opposition. Their PACs recruit far-right candidates to primary Republicans who don't do their bidding. It's a win-win for them. They either beat the moderate incumbent or they force that incumbent to take more extreme positions to survive their next primary. But Dunn & Wilks, they don't just buy politicians. They also fund a sprawling network of right-wing think tanks and advocacy organizations, media outlets like Daily Wire, and indoctrination platforms like PragerU. These two billionaire pastors are building an authoritarian theocracy. So the last thing they want is an honest attorney general. The last thing they want are free, well-funded public schools that teach the next generation how to think for themselves. According to those close to Dunn & Wilks, their ultimate goal is to replace public education with private Christian schooling. Republican State Senator Bob Deuel said they want to destroy the public school system. The Dunn & Wilks network has spent years discrediting our schools with book bans and CRT hysteria. Now they're taking their final step, defunding our neighborhood schools with a voucher scam. Dunn & Wilks are an existential threat to the project of public education and therefore to the project of democracy. We have to stop them.